the most selfish man according to the Zodiac Sign. He can be charming, confident, charismatic. He knows how to attract attention and make an impression. But behind this mask, there is something much deeper, an innate egocentrism that dictates his every decision. He always comes first, in relationships, in friendship, in any situation. And even when he talks about love, in fact, he loves himself first. In this video, we will figure out under what sign of the zodiac the most selfish men are born. Those who subtly manipulate, do not know how to admit their mistakes, and always seek benefits for themselves. We will not judge, but we will reveal the truth, precisely, clearly, and without embellishment. If it is important for you to understand male nature and distinguish healthy confidence from a destructive ego, stay with us. Subscribe to the channel so as not to miss the most accurate esoteric analyses, and write in the comments whether you have met such a man. Perhaps you will understand a lot about the past or about the present. The first sign is Leo. The Leo man is egoism raised to an art form. He does not hide his importance, he broadcasts it. All his behavior is imbued with confidence in his own uniqueness. He does not simply consider himself the center of attention. He is absolutely convinced that this center should revolve around him. His internal rule is simple. If I entered, then everyone else should move over. He does not ask for a place in the sun. He takes it without a doubt. Leo's egoism is not always immediately obvious. He knows how to be generous. He knows how to smile, seem caring. But this is only as long as everything goes according to his scenario. If suddenly someone violates his order, refuses to admire, doubts his words, he instantly changes. His rage is cold and powerful. He may not scream, but his silence turns into a way of suppression. He will look down on you, restrained and with contempt. His ego does not allow equals. The main feature that makes Leo selfish is his absolute conviction that he has the right to the best, the right to be first, the right to attention without reason. He believes that his desires are commands that must be fulfilled. He is not used to being refused. If someone does not agree, it means that they did not understand how great he is. Leo does not explain. He expects to be understood without words. He knows how to be charismatic, and this is his trap. He attracts people to himself, conquers, promises, captivates. But when the goal is achieved, he gradually returns to the main object of his love, himself. All other roles are secondary. He can listen, but his own thoughts will sound louder. He can give in, but only to remind later how generous it was. His relationships are a field where he must feel admiration. If the partner does not admire, Leo feels threatened. And then he starts to act, either to distance himself or to dominate. He will remind everyone who he is at every step. He will not be able to be around someone who does not feed his sense of superiority for long. And this is the essence of his egocentricity. He is not ready to be a background in someone else's light. He rarely apologizes, because he does not consider himself guilty. Even when it is obvious that he has gone too far, he will find an explanation for his actions. For Leo, being wrong is almost humiliation. He does not tolerate criticism, especially public criticism. Even a mild remark can hurt his pride and cause an internal storm. He will remember who and when questioned him, and at the right moment he will return it. A Leo man is able to use good deeds as an investment in his greatness. He can be magnanimous, but only if this provides an opportunity to rise. Helped then a hero, gave in, then noble. His kindness is a demonstration of strength, not a manifestation of feelings. He is generous as long as he feels power. As soon as power is gone, so is interest. It is important for him to be the main one in any situation. He does not always realize his selfishness. It seems to him that he simply deserves more, that he is special, that his contribution is greater, his energy is more powerful, his opinion is more accurate. He does not think that he suppresses others, he thinks that he inspires. But the problem is that everyone around him is obliged to play secondary roles, and this is not a choice to be discussed. The second sign is Libra. The Libra man hides his egoism behind a mask of softness, intelligence, and politeness. He does not shout about his superiority. He smiles and acts subtly. His egocentrism is not in aggression, but in subtle manipulation. He creates a feeling of care, participation, interest, but all this, as long as those around him play by his rules. Libra does not tolerate disharmony, but only that which affects them personally. Everything else is details. His need to be needed is not altruism, but a hidden form of control. He helps in order to be irreplaceable. He pretends to sacrifice himself, but in fact he just wants to strengthen his influence. His compliments are not an expression of feelings, but a way to gain recognition. He is afraid of loneliness, but even more he is afraid of losing control over the relationship. His egoism is a constant game of balance, where his interests are always in the scales. He knows how to avoid conflicts, but he does it not for the sake of peace, but for his own comfort. He will not argue if it can spoil his image, but he will not forget. His resentment may be silent, but it will be reflected in his actions. He will distance himself, refuse to participate, ignore, until he feels that he is in control of the situation again. Libra knows how to be needed. They create an aura of attractiveness, elegance, friendliness around themselves. But behind this shell, there is often a clear calculation. He will choose a relationship that will give him status. He will be friends if it is beneficial. He will choose an environment where his beauty and intelligence will be noticed. And if attention becomes less, he begins to feel irritated. He does not tolerate being one of. He will not say what is better. He will create a situation in which it will become obvious. He will not demand recognition. He will arrange it. His ego does not require power. It requires refined admiration. He needs to be noticed. He needs to be appreciated. And if he feels that he is losing influence, he turns on the whole arsenal: charm, insults, silence, even false self-sacrifice. And all for one thing: to maintain a central place in someone else's attention. Libra does not like abrupt decisions, but if they feel that they are being controlled, they disappear without explanation. He will not stand pressure, but he himself will press subtly. He will offer a choice where the right option is obvious, and will be surprised if you choose differently. He does not accept a direct refusal. He regards any disagreement as underestimation, and this is a direct threat to his pride. He can discuss your feelings for hours, seem attentive, but as soon as the conversation touches on his ego, he closes up. Libra can be diplomats, but only as long as it does not disturb their inner comfort. It is important to him that everything is beautiful, perfect, according to his scenario. And if reality starts to ruin this picture, he either leaves or tries to remake it, regardless of other people's wishes. His egoism is not in loud actions, but in constantly fine-tuning the world for himself. He is not demanding, but selective. He is not aggressive, but manipulative. His goal is to be irreplaceable, admired, needed. Not because he gives more, but because he decided so. His internal pendulum always tilts towards his own interests, and this makes him one of the most refined but stable egoists of the zodiac. The third sign is Capricorn. A man born under this sign is not just self-centered. He is structured, calculating, and absorbed in his goals to such an extent that everything else, including the emotions of others, fades into the background. His egoism is not hot-tempered, not stormy, not demonstrative. It is cold, verified, and carefully thought out. He does not ask, he demands. And he does it as if he has an internal right, enshrined in rules known only to him. Since his youth, Capricorn lives with the feeling that he must earn everything himself. And it is this conviction that over time turns him into a man who does not consider it necessary to take into account the needs of others. He can listen, he can even nod, but in his head at this time, he is calculating how useful it will be for him to participate in your issue. His internal calculator is always on. Even in love, he will not make scenes. He does not need the attention of the crowd. But he will put his desires above any agreements. He is not just self-centered. He is convinced that his path is more important than other people's experiences. If the woman next to him does not correspond to his plan, she will be pushed aside silently, without explanation and without guilt. Because he has a main goal, and for its sake he is ready to walk over heads, maintaining a calm mask. He will not say that he is tired. He will disappear. He will not explain why he cheated. He will simply decide that his needs are more important than any moral standards. And he will be sure that he has the right to do so. His selfishness manifests itself in everyday trifles, in how he always chooses where to go, how he ignores other people's emotions, how he gives gifts when he considers it necessary, and not when someone else needs it. He is not evil, he is a strategist. This man can be reliable and stable if this coincides with his interests. But as soon as circumstances change, he will refuse everything that hinders him, without hesitation. And at the same time, he does not feel guilty. In his frame of reference, being selfish is normal. It is survival. It is leadership. It is his way of living. Even in love, he will demand that he be listened to, respected, and adjusted to. He will not tolerate anyone trying to change his rhythm. He will put himself in the center, not openly, but inevitably. His woman should be the background, not the main character. Love with him is possible only under one condition, if she agrees to play by his rules. And even then, he will think first of all about himself. He is not prone to open cruelty, but his indifference can hurt more than any scream. He knows how to turn off feelings and just move on. In moments when another would stop, apologize, feel sorry, he will be indifferent. His selfishness is not a passion, not a flash. It is a system, stubborn, logical, built. And in this system, there is always the main priority, himself. The fourth sign is Sagittarius. The egoism of a man of this sign looks different, louder, brighter, more expressive. He will not hide the fact that he is in love with himself. He is proud of it. His life is an arena, and he is the main actor in it. Everything should revolve around him, otherwise he loses interest. He is not cruel. He can even be generous, but only when it increases his importance. His egoism is not in the fact that he wants more, but in the fact that he considers himself superior. Sagittarius is a born player, a hunter for attention, worship, recognition. And if he does not get it in the right dose, he gets irritated, loses interest, leaves. He demands the admiration, like air. His egoism is manifested in the way he pulls the center of any conversation to himself, how subtly he devalues the successes of others, how easily he shirks responsibility if something does not go according to his scenario. He knows how to be charming. He knows how to listen. But this is only part of the mask, because deep down, he cares about one thing, how it reflects on him. He is generous when he wants to impress. He is attentive when he needs to be. But everything he does is through the prism of himself. He can flirt, praise, promise, and at the same time have no intention of fulfilling. He lives in the moment, and in this moment, he is the only one who matters. In a relationship, he demands freedom, but he is not ready to give it to him. He can disappear without explaining himself and return as if nothing happened. His egoism is not a cold calculation, like Capricorn, but a fiery whirlwind of desires, in the center of which he is always himself. He does not see evil in this. He is simply designed this way. The whole world is like a stage for his play. He loves to be first, to be the best, to be in focus. He can be sincerely carried away, but as soon as attention weakens, he begins to get bored. And boredom for him is a signal that it's time to change everything. A person, circumstances, even promises. He doesn't calculate, he acts. And in this impulse, there is no room for taking into account the feelings of others. He may not understand why people are offended by him. After all, he didn't do anything bad. He simply chose himself, and he will do it again and again. His egoism lives in the thirst to be unique, first, exceptional. It is not enough for him to be loved. He needs to be admired, idealized, considered the center of the universe. Otherwise, he will quickly lose interest and go looking for a new audience. Even in the most sincere moments, Sagittarius does not lose the feeling that he is the main character of any story. His feelings, his desires, his freedom always come first. The rest, if they are important, then only as companions on his journey. He will not adapt. He will not tolerate. He needs to live the way he wants. And if you do not agree, he just moves on without regrets.